Hey, so in this video I show you how to make Tellersülze, which literally translates to brawn on a plate. There are different variations. You could use any leftover roasted pork, for example, or if you don't have that, you could also use different pork meat which is not cooked yet, like pork belly here, or a leaner version, pork shoulder. That's completely up to you. I will show you both ways. You could also cook out pork knuckles, then you don't need the gelatin powder later on, which I use. As you can see, there are many different ways. It's a good way to use leftovers, any meat you have, because it's so super easy and simple. So just use what you have. Also, for the other add-ins, I typically recommend to use gherkins, an egg and paprika. However, you could also use different things. And then for the broth, water, white wine, then some vinegar, the gelatin powder, and for spices, a bay leaf, black pepper, juniper berries, and allspice. And that's it, I would say. Let's start. First of all, you need to cut the meat into strips, make sure they fit on the plate later on. And then add the water, the vinegar, the spices, and the meat to a pot. Also add the white wine and the salt. Stir everything together and then let it simmer on low to medium heat for roughly 1 hour. In the meantime, you can cut the other ingredients into fine strips. Depending on how soft or hard you want the peppers in the final dish, you can add them in the last 5 minutes to the cooking broth and then get everything out of the pot. And if you use pork belly and there's rind on, you could either let it on. However, it will solidify a bit once it cools down, so that's completely your taste preference. So I just cut it off, which is super easy to do once it's still warm. Then I strain the broth through a sieve and a kitchen paper. And once everything is through, you need to weigh it and then add the correct amount of gelatin so it solidifies. Make sure that everything is dissolved and let it sit there for a few minutes. And then you can get your plates, put the meat in, put the garnishes in, and then you add the broth on top of it. And that's it basically. Last step is to put it into the fridge overnight. And then it has solidified. Another way to do it would be to put it into warm water and then put it on top so you can get it out of the plate. Then you need to change the order depending on how you want it to look. And then I would say, let's give it a taste test. Yeah, it has this light, sour, tangy note. It's rich because of the meat. Depending on how hard or soft you want the final product to be, you can add more or less gelatin powder. That's completely up to you. Together with a nice piece of bread and butter, this is really a treat. As always, full recipe is below. If you liked this video, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.